most not everyone's going to be perfect at quarterback unless this Sunday you're Brock Purdy, which kind of leads into that situation. And Brock,
damn good.
Hey, Big Cock Brock is back.
Big Cock Brock is back. The 49ers are back.
They're back. And Brock Purdy was sensational, talking about being perfect. 333 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 84% completion percentage, and the perfect passer rating. He had that beautiful throw to Ayuk to really open up that second half. Mm-hmm. He did everything. He was surgical. And I think even having Christian McCaffrey talk about how frustrated he gets that people don't give Brock Purdy enough credit. I mean, it seems like they forgot that last year he was undefeated as the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
And then he had that game, he got concussed. Mm-hmm. They were down a couple big starters, and all of a sudden, everyone's down on Brock, and all of a sudden, they're back to just annihilating teams. In his last 2 games, Brock Purdy, 6 touchdown passes and over 600 passing yards. No picks. The dude's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he just does. He's not going to do anything that jumps off the screen and you're like, holy crap, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league or anything like that. But this is just what Brock Purdy, if you have Brock Purdy doing this stuff, they're unbeatable. I mean, you can use his weapons as a way to, I guess, make him look not as good. But at the same time, you have to get him to the weapons. I mean, he is just as good as managing the game, making decisions. Like you said, finds Ayuk on a beautiful pass to really just open it up in the second. He still has to make those plays. Just because they're there, we see quarterbacks miss those type of plays all the time.
Yeah. I mean, talent, you can have all the talent around you, mm-hmm. but you got to be the one to go execute. Like you have to. And I think that grinds my gears so much. We've talked about teams being talented in any sport. I mean, we're just talking, I know it's differently, but weren't the Padres supposed to be the best team? Weren't the Mets supposed to be the best team this year? You got to go walk the walk. And at the most important position in the NFL, no one's walking the walk more the last 2 weeks than Brock Purdy. There's a reason why he was considered an MVP candidate before that stretch.
It's a weird schedule, too, for the 49ers going into the stretch here. They got Seahawks, Eagles, Seahawks. So that's just, I hate it when they do that. It's just like every other week, you're playing the same team.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say they're probably going to, the Eagles game's something that I certainly am going to have circled. They're probably going to split that Seahawks game because they're both, whenever you face a team twice that close, in my opinion, it's always tougher to beat them the second time around. I would be surprised if we saw them sweep them. So there's potential for them to lose at least 2 out of those 3 games. And then it's Cardinals, Ravens, Commanders, Rams. Now, I will say, when you're looking at the 49ers and what Brock's been up against as far as defenses are concerned, the Cowboys, I think, is a bit of an outlier as far as the rest of the season. But those losses they took were against the Browns, the Vikings, and the Bengals, all with decent defenses, and at least at that time they were. So that's going to be something interesting moving forward when you have the Eagles that have a stout defense, unbelievable defense. How Brock Purdy is gonna fare, and then obviously you have the Ravens, best 1 or 2 defenses in the league. The rest of the season isn't going to be too much of a challenge for them. Those are going to be some games that the 49ers are going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that Seahawks game, if Geno Smith doesn't play, the Niners are going to win by 45.
Yes. It's also a Thursday night game.
And if Geno, it's Thanksgiving night, everybody. Yeah. And we'll ask for some fantasy advice for what I should do with not having Kenneth Walker. It was always kind of going to be a question mark going into it. But anyway, I think it's safe to say the 49ers are still in that. It's Eagles and Niners and then everybody else.
With
and you could say that it's the Niners or Eagles. Doesn't matter to me. It's not going to hurt my feelings.